Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we build business, create community, find freedom, and share success. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for the flagship video series of the week, my Tool Time Gear Review. And this week I have got for you my single most requested video, and that is a follow-up from my original review on my Firman Tri Fuel generator. I'm going to tell you what my thoughts were after having an unexpected power outage. I'm going to answer my top 5 questions I get asked all the time about this that people can't seem to find answered anywhere else. So hang in there. I will be right back. Alright guys, real quick, if you're new here and you want to know more about who this feller here is, go to toolmantim.co. That's toolmantim.co. You can find all my social links there, become part of our community, interact, share your information, share your knowledge. We love to hear that here. We love to interact and share. And if you're looking for recommended products, run by toolmantim.shop. I got over 100 Amazon links there of products I've tested in my handyman business that have either made me money, saved me money, or solved problems like I spilled paint on vinyl siding, what do? Or I got to hang a heavy picture on a wall and I can't drill a hole because the homeowner doesn't want me to. What do I use? So run by there, check that out. Anything you pick up will help support this channel and the content I create, and I will be eternally grateful. So thanks, guys. Okay, so single-handedly, this video, the original Firman Tri Fuel generator video from just over 3 months ago, has caused huge growth on my channel. It's the closest I've come to a viral video. I get a ton of interaction on this video, getting almost 1,000 views every 2 days. It's obviously a product people want to know about. People have asked me ever since I've done it, what do you think of it? Follow up, let us know what you think. Question XYZ. So, first off, I want to let you know, normally when you buy a generator, it's just like buying an umbrella. You buy an umbrella because it's supposed to rain, but it doesn't rain. It's the best insurance for not getting rain. Same with snow blowers. So I expected I would buy this generator, and other than my bi-monthly, semi-monthly, whatever, every 2 months, pull it outside, start it up, run it, put a load on it, kind of maintenance, I probably wouldn't need it for a while. Well, boy, was I wrong. So about 3 weeks after we bought this, we had an unexpected, nasty, late winter. It was the last day, it was almost April Fool's Day, and we had wet, heavy snow, high winds, big drifting, zero visibility, and we had the longest power outage I've had in the nearly 8 years I've lived out here on the prairies. So I got to put this thing through its paces, and a few thoughts I had. I'll throw a link in the description to a follow-up kind of after incident report video I did just on generators in general. But as far as this guy goes, you know, inside with it running 20 feet from the back door, it didn't sound any worse than, say, a box fan running in another bedroom. As far as moving this sucker around, you know, it is heavy. It is really heavy, but with this wheel kit and the handle, I was able to pull it through that wet snow like nothing. It wasn't bad. Now, if somebody wasn't maybe quite as gargantuan as I am, you might have a little more of a hard time, but these big, thick, heavy wheels, they really make it nice. The handle's balanced, it's big, it's thick, it has a nice grip on it. You can really get a hold of it, pull it, and get going with it. So as far as it being mobile, yeah, absolutely. I was able to get it back there, ran a bunch of extension cords from it through my doggy door. If you don't have them, get some lid end extension cords, get some tri-splitters to have on the inside, and don't forget to plug in your modem, because everyone else in town was running 3G, LTE, 4G, whatever, and they couldn't get good signal. I couldn't get a good signal, but hey, the local telecommunications place had backup power, so as soon as I plugged in my modem, I was the only guy on my block with power, or with data coming through on Wi-Fi. So check that out. Anyway, as far as what my thoughts were, 3 words: I love it. It's not a Honda, it's not a Generac, but it is the best value tri-fuel generator on the market, and I really like it. So let's dive into the 5 questions that you guys are asking me the most in the comments, in social media, IMs, the whole works. Even people at the local hardware store wanted to know about this generator. Couldn't wait till my first review video got launched, and now people have follow-up questions, so let's dig in. Number 1 is, how heavy is it really? Now, I told you guys when we picked it up at Costco, it was friggin' heavy. It was. Took a lot for my wife and I to get it those 6 inches off the ground onto the flat cart, and it took way more than that to get it off that rolling cart onto the tailgate of the truck. And I should have asked for help. I didn't. But if you're going to do it, grab yourself 2 big, strong Costco employees to help you load that, because that's what they're there for. They love to help. I found that out afterwards when I bought a really heavy vinyl shed. But anyway, I digress. Get yourself some help. Now, as far as how heavy it actually is, dry weight, it is 212 pounds. It's something I didn't include in my last video. Didn't know if it was important. People wanted to know. So 212 pounds is a lot for 2 guys to pick up and carry. 2 people in general to pick up and carry. Now, I've been asked, was it part of the weight end of things, is it a good camping generator? No, it's not a good camping generator to throw on your tailgate and go out with a tent. Or it's not a good camping generator to throw on the tailgate of your, 24-foot tow behind trailer. But what it's really good for, say you got an off-grid property that you want kind of semi-permanent power set up to, or you've got a summer house or a cottage on the lake and you want to build a little generator house and you want to strap this guy down, chain it down, bolt it down, maybe hide it, whatever, but you want something that is, I can bring it home in the fall when I come home for, after summer, but it's really enough to power everything. This would run absolutely that. Work great for a cottage, a cabin in the woods, that sort of thing. Once you get it there, you set it up, you're not moving it all the time, but it is 212 pounds without the fuel in it, and that's a lot for moving it around. But as far as, it's as close as you're going to get to a stationary whole home generator that you can still pick up with 2 guys or roll around with the wheel kit with 1 person. So there is that. Yeah, it's a heavy beast, 212, but it's not out of the ordinary for being able to move it around. Number 2, how often should I change the oil? And if you ask 100 generator owners that same question, you're going to get 100 different answers. Everybody thinks they know, and that is fine. I had my suspicions, I thought. Anyway, I dug into some of the literature with the Firman because I wanted to give you a concrete answer. And what they recommend, what their suggestions are, and to follow along with warranty practices, which we'll get to later, they say after your initial 25 hours of use. So if you're running it, 24 hours a day, the very first full day you run it, drain that oil, change the filter, the whole works. So after 25 hours, and then after every subsequent, every subsequent 100 hours, they want you to change the oil. They recommend it again. So Firman's recommendation to fall in lines with their warranty guidelines is after 25 hours, and then every 100 subsequent running hours after that. And even if you're not running it, you're just running it occasionally, change that oil every year. It's cheap, it's good insurance. Keep 4 or 5 oil changes worth of material on hand. Have a good funnel, which this one came with. Have your oil, have your filters, all that jazz. But yes, every 25 hours, first 25 hours, and then every 100 after that. So how much propane does it use? So this is something they don't advertise on their website. They don't even have it in the regular kind of like glossy manual that they put out there. But there is a longer edition, like 25, 30 page brochure that you can find. So I dug through the PDF and ended up finding out that, so the first one is, so this is all based on 20-pound propane tanks. The first one, it'll run 12 hours on a 20-pound propane tank at idle. That's basically useless. What do you need to know at idle for, right? So that tells you basically just running there, sitting there, doing nothing, you're going to go through 2 20-pound canisters every single day. Now this one's a lot more helpful. At a half load, you're going to get 6 hours. Running 24 hours a day, you're going to need 4 propane tanks, 20-pounders, to get a half load out of this for a 24-hour period. And a full load, you're going to get just under 4 hours of run time with a 20-pound tank of propane. So I hope that helps. I haven't done any independent testing on it, but that's based on their spreadsheets in their paperwork. So, it's going to be, I find manufacturers' recommendations are usually 10% one way or the other. So, if you count on 4 propane tanks for every 24 hours of running, that gives you a really good idea of how much propane you really need to have on hand. And as far as natural gas, you go through about 100 cubic feet an hour. Way less of a concern, because if you're tapped into natural gas, you really don't have a concern of the supply being shut off. And if you do, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Have some gas and have some propane on hand as well. But as far as natural gas goes, if you want to be able to calculate the usage and cost at a 75 to 100% load, you're going to go through around 100 cubic feet every hour. Now, the next one is, Everyone wants to know how loud this damn thing is. My first impressions were, it wasn't that loud. It was quieter than my Champion 3000 watt generator, 3000, 4000 peak. I thought, oh, this isn't bad. And then some people said, man, that thing's so loud I returned it. It ruptured my eardrums and now I'm suing Costco. And other people said, no, this is pretty damn good. I think it's not bad at all. So I pulled in a couple other. So first off, I dug into the paperwork, and this is rated at 72 decibels at 7 meters. That's about 24 feet, about an inch shy of 24 feet. So that gives you an idea. So then I went and found two comparable generators. I found the Honda EB10000, and that's an open frame generator like this, 10,000 peak watts. So number one, a lot of people would say, well, my Honda EU2000 is way quieter. Well, yeah, it's a smaller generator, but even at a bigger generator, those inverter insulated generators are going to be down in the 50 decibel range, and you're going to pay handsomely for it. So remember, we got to compare apples to apples. So the Honda EB10000 is rated at 72 decibels at 7 meters, 24 feet. And the Generac GP8000E, that's an 8,000 watt open frame generator like this one, is rated for 70 decibels. So 2 decibels top to bottom between Generac, Honda, and this here Firman. Now, I can talk about decibels. I can try to, play it, and you can say, oh, that sounds, oh yeah, whatever, But I went out and I purchased one of these guys with my hard-earned money, a decibel rating meter. And we're going to go out to the cement pad here in just a second, and we're going to run the tests. We're going to run it at 24 feet, we're going to run it around 12 feet, and then we're going to run it right by the engine, and I'm going to show you what the maximum decibel reading was for that. We're going to just run this at, we'll have it full open on an idle, but it'll give you an idea of what the sound really is like, and we'll go from there. So hang on, let's get this measured out, we'll get it started up, and we'll see how far out we are. .24 feet right there, so we'll move you ahead just a foot or so. Hopefully don't give you motion sickness. You can still see the generator okay. Okay, so there you go. Kind of in that mid 70s all the way up to 105 right next to the engine. I know they don't recommend doing it, but right next to the engine, the loudest it is 105 decibels. And it's really, really close to what the manufacturer says as far as decibel readings go. So if that gives you an idea, I hope that helps. Let's go back into the workshop. Okay, so I hope that helped a little bit. I hope that gave you some insight into how loud that thing was. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be people that say, you didn't do it right, do it this way, do it that way. Here's another suggestion, try this, try that. Oh, that's too cheap, whatever. Anyway, and for that, give me your suggestions and I'll do another follow-up video on this generator because I love talking about this generator. I love playing with this generator. Okay, so question number 5 is, what is the warranty like? I don't know if it's on purpose or if they're just, they're not real good at marketing themselves, but their warranty is just not out there on the, it's not very visible on their website or on the Costco site. Costco is very much, they don't have a lot of information on their site, period. So I did quite a bit of digging, and it has a very similar warranty. This all came from Firman literature. It has a very similar warranty to like a DeWalt type thing. So it has a 3-year, 1-year kind of warranty setup. So your first year is parts and labor, and your second and third year is parts. So you're required for the labor. Now, in big bold print, like a lot of this stuff, it says do not return to place of purchase. I'm sure Costco would do good by you if you did, but if you need it repaired, first off, you need to call 1-844-FIRMAN-1, F-I-R-M-A-N-1. And I got that right? I remembered. Good. Give them a call. They're going to try to troubleshoot through the problem because this is a big, heavy beast and you don't want to take it anywhere if you don't have to. When they've gone through all their typical troubleshooting, if they deem that there is a problem, they are going to tell you to take it to the nearest repair depot. They're going to tell you where. They'll give you an RGA number, whatever they happen to call it, and then they're going to give you directions to how to get there. Your responsibility is to get it to there, the place repairs it, and then you have to pick it up. They said they guarantee the work will be done in 30 days. And the really cool thing about their warranty is they also offer a 180, 90-day warranty for commercial and industrial use. So 90-day parts and labor and 180-day parts only. Not many companies stand by with an industrial commercial kind of use. So once you get it there, they guarantee they'll repair it within 30 days, you'll get it back. So I think that is a pretty darn good warranty if you ask me, as far as, you know, a relatively, I use the word inexpensive, it's still nearly $1,000 Canadian regular price, but anyway, a relatively inexpensive generator with a pretty good warranty. It sounds like the company stands behind them relatively well. So there is that. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this follow-up to the Firman Tri Fuel generator. I hope this answered some of the questions. If you're thinking about pulling the trigger and buying one of these, keep an eye out on Costco. They do come on sale quite often, which is awesome. That's when I bought mine, was $200 off. In-store is cheaper than getting it shipped to you, obviously. But keep an eye out. If you're looking for a suggestion for accessories that'll make your life a little bit easier, I got my top 5 linked in the description below. Check those out. Go by, check them out. A lot of really cool stuff there. I don't want to spoil it, but take a minute, take a look. And of course, subscribe to our channel. I always have new videos coming out. 5 videos a week, tool reviews, generator, preparedness type stuff. So drop back by, keep exploring, keep sharing with us the different things. Any questions you have, give me follow up in the comments below because I want to know what there is that I haven't told you about yet, because I will gladly answer more of your questions. And guys, you know, I always appreciate you coming by the workshop and hanging out with me and spending your hard-earned time with me. It's humbling, so thank you very much. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.